Welcome to this look at more new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday the 25th of February. I needed to say December then. Don't know why. We've got a few mods, quite a few mods, and we've got an update. The one update is the big decorations pack by Deck 96 that had 41 objects in it, and it now says 40 have been added. That's the update. We're going to start with these in front of us. This is the Placeable ramp by Adub modding Stoneway design ABP team. 1.19 megabytes download, 4 slots with an R3. The R3 customization option being that it goes from this ramp, which is actually pretty steep, with quite an angle at the top here. So you have to have quite a high suspension vehicle, otherwise you're going to bottom out on that to load on to, well, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. It will gain you altitude to do whatever you want to do, and then you can change that into this, which is a fun ramp. So when we get the really bonkers vehicles, the ones that go, you know, ludicrous, but I mean, we'll give it a go with something now. Of course we will, because that's what it's there for, isn't it? So this you'll find under build mode, under under this section, under decoration. There's our ramp, 1,400 for this one. And it will look like that when we first place it. We press customize, and we've got we press customize, and we've got that, and the fun ramp. No option for color choice or anything like that. It comes just as it is. I have got a Mobitike just up here. I did say that on purpose. My dad used to say that all the time. I'm not going to get up a lot of speed, but we'll get up a bit of speed. A little bit. Yeah, we're not going to get up on any speed, are we? Oh, that bike does not like it. I thought it would tip backwards a little bit. We might have some options. But anyway, there you go. Couple of ramps. One more for proper farming purposes, loading and whatnot. The other for a bit more fun. I mean, you could possibly put two on either side of a river, and I'm sure people will find all sorts of cool things to do with them. That's the Placeable ramp by Adub modding Stoneway designed ABP team. Next, we've got the cow fences by MA7 Studio, 18.48 megabytes download. 3 slots, and 4 slots. Now, it does say in the description for this, there are 5 different fence posts, and I thought it meant as in you could choose between 5 different fence posts. What I think it actually means is when you string the fence out, you've got 5 different sorts of fence posts within the strings as they go, because I couldn't find any other options. We've got fencing and 2 gates. The gates are independent of the fencing, because a lot of the new fencing units, you just change the segment type, but these are actually separate. Nicely weathered and detailed, and the other gate section is up here. So that one's with metal posts either side. This one's got wooden posts either side, but it's always it's like a little split in the top of there. Very cool. So build mode and fences. So like I say, if we go down to here and we click on it and string it out, I think it means there are 5 different posts. It seems to be that this is done in such a way now that it wants you to string them this way. Because if I go the other way, you kind of, they're not in the middle of the view. If I go this way, they're kind of off the view to the left a little bit. It's weird, isn't it? It makes it a little bit difficult for when you're doing stuff. Anyway, that being said, that's the fence section for 20, and then obviously the price will go up from there. And then for 750 and 750, we've got the fence or the gate with the metal posts, and we've got the gate with the wooden posts. Now, it says cow fences, and in the description or in the pictures on the website Modhub, it shows cow barns and stuff like that. Interestingly, on every single picture, it doesn't show a single cow. I don't think these are a replacement for the fences that you get with cow pastures. It might just be a cow fence, because, I mean, maybe it is. But, like I say, there wasn't a single image that actually showed cows in a cow pen or cow field, just the fencing. I'm just saying. Anyway, so there we go. That's the cow fences by MA7 Studio. Also by MA7 Studio, we've got what's behind, and that is the stone decorations. 7.24 megabytes download. We've got a wall section, and then we have got an arch section, and we've got 2 troughs, I guess you refer them to. But this I like as well. I like this because of the design of the different sections, and the one with the broken section adds a lot of character to that. I like that. Now, there is a possible downside to this. So what we'll do, we'll have a look here, then we'll have a look at it on the ground. So you'll find it here under fences as well. So there's your stone wall section. If I click on that, that's your first section. Wider sections, and when you get to the long point, it moves on to the next one, and away you go. Brilliant stuff. If we change our segment type to the next one along by right on the D-pad, you've got these much shorter sections. Again, this is probably better off going that way. Much shorter sections. I'm going to bring that here and come this way. Press it again, and we've got this section, which has got the broken wall section. Now, if you want a broken wall section, when you get to its longest length, or indeed its shortest length, like that, you might want to stop there, because once you get to its longest length, it then puts the next broken section. It just looks a bit odd with repeated broken sections. But what you can do from that point there, if you place it and come back the other way, you can get yourself, if you can get the right length, no, that way, you can get the broken section the other way, and you'll see that the other side of the wall has got a slightly different pattern to it, so you can get like a broken section going that way. Again, if you want to. Press it again. We've got this section, this wall here. Press it again, and we've got, he says, that arch. Now the arch, you can swing around either way, but with gateways and stuff like that, you can reverse them, so you can reverse them automatically. Now that, under the fencing section, doesn't open. So if we come from there and we go then out to our decoration section, and we come down to the bottom of there, you will see then that we've got our archway. So the archway is this one here that can be placed. We've got that stone decoration trough, which is that one there, and that one there. Now these don't have colour options or anything like that. They come as they are. And if we jump out, we'll be able to go and have a look at. And the level of detail on these is really nice. I really do like the texturing, the weathering. They've got a nice chunky feel to them. Like I say, this section I really like. Even if you had it sort of broken and then a big gap or something, you know, whatever you want to do. But like I say, this one under fences gives you no option to open the gate from either side. I just put a trough in the gap because, I don't know, I just did. But the one that you place in this section does. So that's something to be aware of. If you do place your fencing and gates under that section and put the arch in, that one's not going to open, but the independent placeable one under decoration will. Stone decorations by MA7 Studio. Next we have got this, if you want to become a farming Superman. Here it is. Just this bit. We've got this. This is the Phonebooth teleporter by Squigglze. It is 0.88 megabytes download and 3 slots. When you go to walk into it, it makes a very weird sound. I assume that's the teleportation sound. The point behind this being, unlike most decorative objects, when you place them, it's just a decorative object. If we go to our map, and you'll see that little green icon there, once placed, that you can then click on that and you can visit. So you can go from place to place. So now, obviously, there's lots of, you can do that on fields, you can do that on buildings, but if you're on a map where there might be a location you go to quite a lot, you might have a farm, or you might, whatever it might be, and you think, I want to be able to jump there quickly, that you can place one of those at that location, and then you can then teleport directly to it from wherever you are. So, you know, if I'm here and decide I want to teleport there, or you might teleport from one to another, or whatever you want to do. But like I say, it's just a location you can tag and teleport to. This you will find here as well under decoration, just there for 25. There's no colour choice on this. It comes just as it is. But it does put that little tag on there so you can go to it in a jiffy. The Phonebooth teleporter by Squigglze. Next, we've got the self-made fuel tank. Oh dear, that's going to be one of those mod views, isn't it? Under containers is where you will locate it. So just there for 1,500, 1,000 litre capacity, no customization options. You get it just as it is, and you take out from here and you put in from here. It's diesel only, so pick anywhere from your 0 all up to your 1,000. Fill it, and then come and, you know, use it whenever you want. Place it at your farm, wherever you want one. If you want one sat by the side of the road somewhere for anybody to use, you can. That's the self-made fuel tank. Oh, I didn't say it was by 1.61 megabytes down to download. 3 slots. That's by Blodisgo, I think it is. Next, we've got the fertilizer tank. This one, the description was a little bit misleading. I mean, tiny bit. So fertilizer tank. This is by Modding Association Katsuo, 4.78 megabytes download, 2 slots, 53,800 litre capacity. Now, build mode and where was this? Oh, there you go. Just there, 26,500. No colour options, no customisation option. It comes as it is. What it does have, I remember this one, was it on 22 or even 19? I came over to here and thought, I'm sure, doesn't that pipe move? And it does. Press circle, so you can swing the pipe out. Now, the trigger will still work without it, but if you want to add a bit of immersion to that, when you come up to, do what you're doing. Now, the description, I would like to say, it's not a big thing, but again, it might cause confusion, so I'm just trying to... It says silo storage for liquid fertiliser and herbicide, with 53,800 capacity each. It's not each. That you need to be aware of, and I did double check it because I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. So when you click on there, you've got your herbicide and you've got your liquid fertiliser. I put a little bit of both in and thought, okay, well, that's each. I can do 53,800 litres of each product in there. It didn't let me. If you look bottom right, but still bottom right, but you can see better on the tank there. Those two numbers combined give us the 53,800 litres. So the total is 53,800. You can do all of one, all of another, combination, but the total will still be 53,000 litres. 53,800 litres. So there you go. That's the fertiliser tank by Modding Association Katsuo. Next, we've got the Fermenting Silo Pack, which is just behind. All three of those. This is 6.56 megabytes downloads by HungryCow Design. We've got 17, 17 and 19. 17 for the small, 17 for the large and 17 for the blue. Stood behind. Now what I've done, we have got chaff, grass and hay. Each one will do, but each one being a different size and capacity also has a different recipe. Cycles per month is what changes, not the recipe. Yes. So what I've done is I've put one of each in each, and we're going to switch them on now, and we'll see the speeds of them operating. But you will find these under silos. I mean, obviously, not obviously, could be under factories. A lot of the fermenting ones are. So there we go. We start there. 60 grand for the small stave. We got 100,000 for the large stave and 250,000 for the blue steel silo. There's no customization options within those. You get them as they are. So if we go to the small one, putting in is at the back on each of these. Taking out is done at the front, and your management of said facility is done here. So this one, the small one, each one is 338,000 litres, including outgoing products. Cycles per month is, does that say 180,000? I think it's 180,000. The recipe itself is only a 1-to-1, which is, that's fine. It's a 1-to-1, you're not losing anything. So it's the cycles per month that are high on this one, not the recipe. So if we turn that on, now that will start running. Now the cycles per month being that high should mean it will run fairly quickly. Now I'm not going to go to the other one, we'll do it from here. The large stave silo. So we've got much larger capacity on each of the things. Recipe is still 1-to-1, but the cycles per month on this one are 240,000. So that one I put grass in, so we'll turn that on. So what we should see is this one going up a lot faster. I say should. And then the top one there, the blue steel silo, again, 925,000. This goes up another step. And this one, 1-to-1 on the recipes, but the cycles per month are 6. I'm looking at the zeros. It's 600,000, isn't it? And this one's got hay in it. So if we go across there and turn that one on. So what we should see as they're chugging away is this one should ramp up much quicker. So let's go back to that one. We're sitting on 55 litres. That one we're on 47 already, 49. This one we're already on 48. So you can see, obviously, the larger one you get, the higher cycles per month, you're going to produce your stuff way quicker. Obviously, it's more expensive, so you've got to decide what you want to do. How are we looking at that one now? 75, 71. So that large one is catching up. There's not as big a gap between these two as there is up to that one. I mean, that one's rocketing ahead. I say rocketing, on the scale of what we can see here. So there we go. That's our Fermenting Silo Pack by HungryCow Design. Next, and making a welcome return, just over here, we have got the Firewood production. Oh, I left that running. Whoops. firewood production is just here. This has the firewood production and it has a sell point with it in the pack. This by Agrogaatti, 15.72 megabytes download, 9 slots, 46,000 for the production, and 1,000 for the sell point, 9 slots and 4 slots respectively. Putting in is done here, so you can either put your stuff on here and go for a more kind of realistic feel if you want to, or just by the side. It's entirely up to you. The sell wood bit here, so for putting in, is actually, the trigger is just here, and then your managed production is here. Again, with this one, the recipe's actually not too bad, and the cycles per month aren't too bad. We're sitting at 1,041 litres. I'm assuming, because this comes in firewood bags, I think it says, the bags might be 2,000 litres then, because I thought we'd have one by now. 67 to 100, so we're actually gaining firewood on this, which is sort of an unusual prospect. 110,000 litre capacity incoming, and outgoing firewood 15,000 litres, and your pallets will then spawn out here. We do have an option on this when we go to purchase it, and then we'll go into our factories, so that's where you'll find the production itself, just there for 46 grand. Let's find this gap, there we go. So we do have an option on this, customize. We've got sawdust extractor, yes or no. So you don't have to have the sawdust extractor. There's no cost either way round. It doesn't give you wood chip or anything. It's just to add, again, another little bit of immersion. So it puts this extractor unit on the back and sort of sawdust thing in the back. You know, that's what it does. And then we go from our factories to our sell points. And just there, you'll see for 1,000, we've got this sell point behind, which should give us our price for our firewood. And if we go to here, and I'll scroll down, bear with me. There's our firewood. So sell everything, we'll take it, and sale of firewood, oh, it's not that great, is it? 618. I always remember it being a lot higher on previous versions of the game. Maybe that's been tweaked a little bit. That was a nice little earner, that was, because I used that on my Apocalypse one. Anyway, that being said, that's what it is. That's what it does. That is our firewood production by Agrogaatti. Behind that, we have got the small chicken coop just here, which holds 20 chickens. The decoration, or the level of detail on this, is phenomenal. This by Kazani 317. It is 3.46 megabytes download, 27 slots, 15,000 to buy, and like I said, it will hold 20. We have a selection of little babies, we have some chicks and chickens, and we should have a rooster, a cockerel somewhere. There we go. He's just there. This door does open at the side here, so you can open and close that if you want to. This is your dialogue box. There we go. So dialogue box is just there for your 20. There we go. And then round the sides here, this door opens. This is where the feed comes in. There is a little light you can turn on in here as well. You can store stuff in there if you want to. It's up to you. And your pallets will spawn around the side. But like I say, it's the level of detail on here. Very nice indeed. Build mode, under animals, cross to chickens. We haven't that many chicken pens. It's just they run wild and free. There's not that many of them to run wild and free, to be fair. So that's the small chicken coop by Kazani 317. Next, we've got the bulk material warehouse, which is this here. I mean, you can put anything you like in it. Bulk material, it means you're supposed to be able to just pour like grains and stuff like that, pile them up in between. If you want to, there is no customization option on this. This is 4.81 megabytes download, 6 slots, 55,000 to buy, and it's by BlackTiger. You will find this under build mode and sheds, and it comes just as it is. I don't think there's any lighting. I certainly didn't find a light switch. It's quite a tall building as well. You could stack like the upright stacks of bales and stuff in there as well if you wanted to. It's got that height to it, hasn't it? That would work rather well. Awesome. Bulk material warehouse by BlackTiger. Next, we've got the old time shed pack. Now, I'm not going to get each one of these out. There are 13 in this pack. We've got over 40 mods today, I think, all told. So, this is by Oito, 45.3 megabytes download. The slot counts range from 7 to 63. 63. I think pretty much all of them have an R3 customization option. I say R3, I keep saying that because it's on the PlayStation controller. Customization option for solar panels, pretty much all of them. So build mode and sheds is where you'll find them. Like I say, I didn't get them all out, but we will start here. So there's our first one, and again, I'll show you on the first one, but solar panel option. So there's our first one. No options for colour or anything like that. The second one is this one here, which we're going to have a look at, because I wasn't sure if it had the pit in it that works. It's definitely not a workshop. It is just a shed. Well, I say that, but we'll double check. That's that one there for 30 grand. Then we've got this one here. They're all nicely well and detailed from various different versions of the game and different maps and stuff like that. That one there for 35 grand. More open barn. I think this is open just at the front, not at the back as well. Yep. We've got this one just here. Like so, again, solar panel option for 25 grand. This one for 10 grand. This one for 28. This is one of the, is it Brazilian maps, these ones, I think. But yeah, looking at the slot count, that's 63. Which one, where was the 41? There was a 41 a minute ago. Maybe not. Did I dream that? 63. That one's 63, but a slightly different design. That one there is 11. Brick building. So there might be something you'll see in here and think, oh, that's perfect. Same sort of brick building, but drive-through. This one here. Almost like a sawmill building, those ones. And the thing as well, the packs we've got now, we've got that production pack without buildings. So you can put the productions into any building you like. Some of these will work perfectly for that. This one here, again, drive-through, isn't it? No, that one's closed. That one is... oh, that one's closed as well. Okie dokie. Let me just check the customization. Yep, solar panel. Thought I'd better add. And that's it. There's our 13. No, like I say, no colour options on them at all or anything like that. I'm going to double check this one. Let's have a look, see, shall we? It does have a workshop in it. You know what? I'm glad I checked, because the standard version always did. I thought it's going to be the one that's closed that I can't see in, that's going to have a workshop. I'm going to have to try one of the other ones now just to make certain. Lights, and then did we have the option to oh no, oh, it's been concreted in. I'll say, because the previous version has had a pit on it as well. This one doesn't, which means now I'm going to have to go back to here, and which one was it? It might be this one here. I have to place that. Let's double check just in case. Why are we not placing? There we go. Just in case that's got a workshop inside it, because it's the only other one that was closed off that we couldn't see. I don't think it has, but probably should check. No, just light switch, isn't it, on this one? Yep. There we go. Awesome stuff. So, there you go. They're all lovely looking buildings. Nicely made, nicely detailed. The Old Time Shed Pack by Zero Oito. Next, I'm going to do it from here. We're going to go into our menu. No, actually go to this menu. There we go. And we're going to go down to our pallets, consumables, to here. Because we have got the Bio 3G pack by Univers Simu Modding, 1.86 megabyte download. 2's on the slot counts, and we start here under big bags. So here we've got the Bio 3G fertilizer bag, 1,920 for 1,000 litres. We've got the Bio 3 lime. Now this one's not as good. 450 for 1,000 litres. You think, well, that's normal, isn't it? 450. It's normally 450 for 2,000 litres. So that one, not as good a deal. It's a slightly different design bag. You can do them in the various different amounts. Up to, yeah, it will gradually get there. We are getting there. I think 8 was the maximum, isn't it? Yep. So that's those bags there. So that's your fertilizer and lime bag. If we come across to our pallets, it wasn't pallet tanks, it was pallets. We have got then here the Isotonic B fertilizer. This is a liquid fertilizer, 500 litre, just there. But again, the detail on them is absolutely fantastic. They're 500 litre pallets. That one is the solid fertilizer one, 500 litre pallet. That looks like that. And then we have got this one here, which is your mineral feed pallet, again 500 litres, if that's what you're looking for. I'm just going to double check to make sure I haven't missed anything on that. I'm pretty sure it was just those. Fertilizer lime, pallet. Yeah, we're golden. Excellent stuff. That's the Bio 3G pack by Univers Simu Modding. Next, actually we might be right by it. We are, look, just over here. We got the Agromash POV 5 XL by Kacpeo. This is 2.81 megabytes download, 5 slots, 2.5 meters wide. It is a moldboard plough, reversible, turnable, etc. Again, nice and made and detailed, like the one I showed the other day. So again, I thought, you know, we've got a fair amount of mods, but not so many that it's going to be an absolute nightmare to show. So this is where you'll find it. We've got the option for wheel setup. I'm not going to read them all out, but there's a whole load of different tyre options you can scroll through on there, and then we get back to standard again. Main colour does the bulk of it, as you can imagine, all of that. Design colour does the actual mould board section. Let's go yellow to make those stand out. There we go. And then rim colour does the rim colour. And then this will operate pretty much as you would expect as a plough. So I'm not going to necessarily show you the ploughing operation, but I will show you the animations on this. So we have got a fold plough. Now it will do this, put it right behind, and it will put it like that. But what it doesn't do is put the wheel down, because what will often happen is the wheel will go down, so it will run along the road. This still stays on the 3-point. It just folds it so it keeps it directly behind the tractor. So if we unfold the plough, it puts it back into our operating position. Our raise and lower would be as it usually is, and we would go up and down our field. We get to the other end of the field and we turn, we rotate our plough. Yeah, nice smooth animation on this. But coming back down the field the other way, like that. Now you can't fold it in this position, it has to go back to its original position. We can create fields, as you can do with most ploughs. And there you go. That's the Agromasz POV 5XL by Kacpeo. On the front of that, and this one's got me slightly puzzled, I'm not going to lie. Let's do that. On the front, we have got this. Just here, we have a Gorenc. Not a Gonk, a Gorenc. This is a Gorenc Grinder 300 by WOLFex Modding. 11.71 megabytes download, 6 slots, 3 meters wide. In the Modhub, under the description, it says soil cultivation, disc harrows. So, where do you think I looked for it? I went to disc harrows. Nope. Cultivators. Nope. Power harrows? Nope. Subsoilers? Nope. Where did I find it? Rollers. There. What? Anyway, 100 horsepower required. No options, you get it just like that. Now that looks to me like a front cultivator. It's got discs on it. That's a disc harrow, isn't it? Not a rub. So we're going to, let's see. We haven't got any option for, it says front packer. Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? So let's lower it down. It's certainly not cultivating, is it? Why in the Modhub description does it say soil cultivation and disc harrows, and then it's under rollers? So this should be then used, if we go over to our field here, where we've got some ploughing done, this is then technically a roller. It's a bit weird, I'm not sure it's supposed to be. So we drop this down here. There we go. It's rolling. Yeah. I don't know. Can't explain it. That's the Gorenc Grinder 300 by WOLFex Modding. Next we have got the Leash. And it's here. That was Leash, not Liege. My Leash. This is by LS Rowan Designs. It is 0.32 megabytes download. 1 slot. And it's this. You can take a horse to water. Apparently. So, what is it? Well, you will find it under your Animals section. Just here, under Animal Transport. There's your leash. This will take 2 animals of different types. You can't do chickens, unfortunately. But it will do 2 animals. Now, you don't get an animation for it, which I thought would be so cool. If you held that rope and then you went into third person and you had 2 horses or 2 cows, it's designed... The idea being on small farms or where you've got narrow areas and you want to move animals between 2 buildings or whatever, you can grab 2 at a time and you would have 1 on either end and you just, you know, like halter training, that kind of thing. So that's where you'll find it under animal transport. So what you do is you grab hold of it. I think I might already have a horse in this actually. Rented by. Let's go to here. Yeah, 1 of 2. I've already got a horse. Can I do different things? No, I don't think we can we? Once I've got a horse, it's got to be 2 horses or 2 whatever. So let's go for a Pinto. Do I want to purchase Pinto? Yes, please. So there you go. You see there, we've got leash 2 of 2. We've got Athens and Corazon. So we've got our 2 horses, and we can walk that along. That's got our 2 horses in it. We can take it to a pasture. We can take it to a horse pen, wherever we want to. We can put those horses in the back of a trailer if we want to. It's supposed to be to walk them along. We had that one, the herd stick, didn't we, on FS22, and I loved that. This is a version of that. The herd stick took a lot more stuff, but this is a leash. It is for moving animals if you want to. Obviously, I'm not actually putting 2 horses in the back of the thing. I'm just putting there. What I need to do is actually probably sell them back, because that would be unfair to keep them trapped in the weird leash dimension. So go to there. Put them back in, we're sorted, and we can put the leash back in, and you can put that in the back. That will strap down and do whatever you want to do with it. So there you go, that's the leash by LS Rowan Design. Next we've got this is the Eurospand Pack. This is by Black Eyes Modding, 21.49 megabytes download. We have got this trailer unit, which is 3 slots. We have then got 2 units for fertilizer and lime spreading. Now, it's designed, the trailer unit, so if you've got smaller tractors, equipment and machinery, and you don't want to put heavy stuff like this on a 3-point link, you run this and put it on the back. These are detachable, and as you can see, that is the same as that. That's just on the 3-point on the front, but you can put it on the trailer. You attach and detach this, you can lift it out with forks. Once detached, it sits on a pallet. You can use big bag handlers and stuff like that. If I go to there, we're on the rear one at the moment. If I detach now, there you go. See it detached? No, better click it back on it. So it puts the pallet on. I thought it was going to fall off to the side then. So what I've done as well, I've done what I always do. I've got lime in one, solid fertilizer in one, and what I'm going to do is check to see if they spread to the same widths, which I hope they do. The larger one of these, 6 slots, 32 meter spread width, and then there's a smaller one which is 6 slots and 5 meter spread width. That's designed for doing vineyards and things of that nature. Now the main unit itself you'll find here, and there's the fertilizer spreader trailer. So if you want the trailer, if you've got a smaller tractor and you don't want to put all that weight on, you can have iron wheels if you're doing rice work, or you can go for the Trelleborg with the standard and the wide option. That's the trailer bit for 10 grand. And then if we go up to our fertilizer spreading accoutrement, which is just here, there's your Eurospan for 20 grand, the main one. Now we've got the option for 1,400 litre, 2,000 litre, 3,000 litre, or I was going to say 4,000 litre, 3,000 litre capacity. We've got Cavallo 2, and we've got the Eurospan option on this one. And we come from there and we go to this one here. This is the David Fruit compact fruit version, which is designed for vineyards and things. Again, it does lime, does fertilizer, but it's just narrower. So if you want to put it on smaller bits of equipment and stuff, you can. This one, like I say, only spreads out to 5 meters extension. So we start off on 600, 800 or 1,000 litre. This just has Cavallo or Eurospan as its 2 options on it. So what I'm going to do to start off with is we're going to turn that on. And we're going to spread out like that. So we should get, there we go. Now, I'm going to turn around and switch to the front. And I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm just curious to see. So yeah, you got your trailed version or your 3-point link mounted version, whichever you'd rather. I'm sure on the Eurospan Pack, didn't we have a seed distributor version? I keep saying that about the Eurostim ones, but yep, there you go, exactly the same width. So again, if you wanted to, you could run them both at the same time. So you could do your lime and your fertilizer spreading at the same time if you wanted to. I'm just going to switch over to the vineyard one just to show you that. So here's that. As far as I'm aware as well, this does attach onto the trailer as well. I think the small one does. The image in the thing just shows it on the back of... Mind you, be a bit weird, because if you've gone for the really narrow one, then you've got a wide trailer. Oh, that's what I meant to show you. On the trailer, the axle width switches. You can spread the axle width. I know people will comment. If you already commented, I remembered. Yeah, you can actually spread the axle width on it. Probably actually for this very reason. So you can have it wider to keep it more stable over uneven ground, but narrow to go through vineyards and stuff like this. So this is what this one looks like. Is that distributing or not? Oh yeah, it is. It says it is. Obviously just don't need any fertilizer on here. I thought I did. Okay. But anyway, that's what it does. That's what it's designed to do, and it goes out to 5 metres. Hang on, bear with me. I'm going to show you the 5 metre spread width, just because I should. There we go, 5 metres. This actually shifts as well. There you go. So you might actually be able to get away with running it between every other row when you're doing the vineyard stuff, potentially. But there you go. That's the Eurospand Pack by Black Eyes Modding. Next, we've got these. Now, these are, for all intents and purposes, the same baler. But I've got both of them out just so you can see what they both look like. This is the new Holland BR6090 and the Case RB344 by Daniel X321. 6.23 megabytes download, 4 slots and 5 slots respectively. I think it was 4 slots for that one and 5 slots for that one, which was interesting. Because as far as I'm aware, they're the same thing. But for some reason there was a difference. Oh, hang on, was it the grills? No, they're in the same place. Don't know then. Couldn't tell you. So we want balers round, and we start there. 30 grand and 30 grand. 45 horsepower required. 125 centimetre bales. The same on both. Options on this, where it says design, on that back section there, where it's yellow at the moment, you can go have black. And then you've got your usual options for your standard net, film binding or empty, if you want to refill it yourself. If we go to the other one, same option on this one at the back where it's red, we can go black, and the same options for that. With the license plate option there as well, but I have got that on none at the moment. So we will back up. I'm curious to see what the pickup width is as well. Let's turn it on. Nice sound effects. Drop the pickup header. Did I put automatic? Yeah, automatic drop is on. Just to make sure it does what it should do, you know. 4,500 litre. I mean, obviously the bales will change, but make sure you stop when you're doing your baling. Otherwise, until it closes again, you'll be going over stuff and not picking up. There we go. Raise the pickup, turn it off. Lovely job. Not hugely expensive. Only does one bale size. Obviously, the bale sizes do differ between grass, hay, and straw, but you haven't got multiples within those as well. That's the New Holland BR6090 in Case RB344 by Daniel X321. Now, I have got to show you, I've got one of 5. We have got the John Deere GreenSystem Trailer Pack by JDModding ARG, which is just here. So we're looking for header trailers. It does have a trailer hitch as well, so maybe daisy chain your headers together. I mean, it depends how many headers you're taking out in one go, but I guess you could, couldn't you? 12.38 megabytes download, 4 slots for each of them. You will find them in that section. So under our header trailers, no, that's for forage harvesters, just here. So we've got for 7,500, we've got that one, 8,500, that one, 9,500, 10,500, and 12,000. Options are the same on each of them. There are some slight differences, and then you've got decal. This is as close as we can get to it in the vehicle menu. So when it says decal model 645, 745, or generic, I can't see what those decals say. This is as close as we can get. We can change the main colour on each of them as well, so you can pick and choose for your harvester or whatever you want to do. And then we've got rim colour option on there as well. And for each of those, if you're not sure what one they're for, in this part of the menu, if you press combinations, it will show you the headers that they will work with. So you can go in, you can find the one specific to whatever header you're using, and it should tell you which one you need to use. Nice! That's the John Deere GreenSystem Trailer Pack by JDModding ARG. Next, we have a selection of little beauties. We've got the Classic Tractors Pack by Dogface. This is 16.67 megabytes download. We've got the Zator at 6 slots, the Porsche, or Porsche, depending on where you're from, for 7 slots. They don't have any options. They come as they are. These are the FS22 tractors. They sound great, they look great. I love old tractors anyway, they're just wondrous. And then next to that, we have got the John Deere 710 by Fermenting, which is 9.57 megabytes download, also 6 slots. They're all in the same section, so I thought we'll have a look at them all together, and why not? So, up to the top, small tractors, and we go to here. There's our Zator. Gorgeous, 9,500. Like I said, no options. Comes as it is, 25 horsepower. We've got the Porsche. I was just brought up saying Porsche, but Porsche, yeah, whatever. 14 horsepowers. Gorgeous. And then we've got the John Deere Series 710. This has got some options on it, though. We've got wheel setup standard or wide. We've got fender. This actually changed it. We've got little black bits on the back, sort of plastic, or the John Deere green. We can change the main colour on this to anything you like. So if you want to go a little bit, you know, a little bit different with your John Deere, obviously you might want to take that back and go that back for black on that one. And then license plate option on there as well for that John Deere. So what we'll do, let's start this up. This does sound great. That little pop, 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 pop. I just love it, adore it. I mean, it's not much use for anything. We haven't got stuff really that's that small. But listen, is that not just an absolute cracker? What a great mod. I mean, they were, you know, like I say, they were great before. If that's your thing, if you don't like small tractors, you're going to hate them. And that's fine. We're all different. There's a little Zator. Zetor, depends how you say it. Smiling like a little child. It's lovely. Isn't it cool when things like this can do that? If you're a proper full-on nerd about something, there's absolutely nothing wrong with nerding out about that thing. Never be ashamed to be a nerd, whatever it might be. And then the John Deere. Just here. Of course I went for a metallic, because, you know. They're pretty straightforward, but they are nice. If you were building up some kind of heritage collection, we've got quite a lot of old tractors on 25 already, haven't we? Which is pretty cool. Like it. So, that was the Classic Tractors Pack by Dogface and the John Deere 710 by Fermenting, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. But we do have a map, which I'm going to try to get onto tomorrow. I've got a very important call tomorrow. I'm doing a Teams call. I've never done a Teams call in my life. Remember, I keep saying I'm an old fart. I don't do that kind of thing. I've got a Teams call. And after the Teams call, at some point, I will talk to you all about it, if you're interested. But anyway, I've got to fit it all in. We'll try and get it all in. There's the map called The Memory by Princess Black is out, so I will try and get onto that as soon as I can. Bearing in mind, it is already, what now? Nearly 7:30. I've still got to edit this and then get it all up, and I haven't eaten, haven't fed the dog, haven't done anything. MrSealyp's away. She's in Manchester for 3 days, so I'm all on me lonesome trying to get it all done. So, the last of the mods then. The Amazon Profi Hopper by GTX. 3.85 megabytes download, 6 slots, 1.2 metre header on this. Now, it does say about cutting. I'm going to read it out. Just see if anyone else, it makes sense to anyone else. The mower will continue to cut grass/crops once the hop has reached the 100% and must be stopped manually. This feature allows you to continue cutting the grass around your buildings without creating a mess or requiring the small hopper to be emptied continually. So if it doesn't leave it behind, but your hopper's full, what does it do with it? I'm curious, I don't know. Anyway, you will find this under your mowers section, right there, and just there, 5,900. So if you've got a little grass cutting business, you might be operating. So you've got the 2012 edition. So we've got this at the moment. You have the black edition. Ooh, fancy. Take that back off again. We've got rollover protection, so you can change the colour of that. So if you want to go for metallic, or you know, go for the Profi hopper sort of thing, that colour, or pick whatever you like, go for it. And metallics are available. Then there's a rim colour option as well, and a license plate option on there too. 1,200 litres is what it will hold. 25 horsepowers of goodness. Let's hop on. Lights. In those, I love those lights because when the indicator's on, they look like eyes. Look. Beacon, just there. I don't think did we have the ROPS on this? Did the ROPS collapse on previous versions? I can't remember now. But we have got the option tip side low or tip side high. So when we unload here, if it depends on what height trailer you're tipping into, I think is the point. That's your tip side high. Like that. We are going to run it. We're going to run it to capacity because I'm curious. This grass behind me should all be cuttable. And if we go to tip side low and we do it, there you go, just tips to there. So it depends if you're tipping onto a pile or a sell point or into a trailer. That may depend and may control what you decide to do. Let's turn it on. There we go, we are starting to fill up. Let's go. What will happen after that? Who knows? Oh, I haven't got it everywhere. Okay. It's only where you can see the little not weeds, but the flowers. But it is picking it up, and we are filling up. So what I'm assuming is that it will continue to mow. It won't leave grass on the ground, but then your hopper won't fill up. So where does that grass go? That's the curiosity with this whole thing. I don't know. Again, this is another one of those dimensionality. Yeah, it's not. Is it still storing that grass, or are we wasting that grass? Because if we are literally at 1,200 and everything we cut from now, whilst it's not leaving a mess on the floor, we're not getting the grass from that, then we definitely need to switch it off, and we definitely need to unload it. But if you're a person that doesn't like to unload too often, then maybe you don't want to, and that's fair enough. So, there we go, we are making our fortune selling grass. And that's it. That's the Amazon Profi Hopper by GTX. That's it for the mods for Tuesday the 25th of February. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.